Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Mimi. This is Mimi React. On this channel, I react to TV shows, pop culture news, and all the things. So today I have a little quick video for you guys. The first thing I want to talk about is Offset. I saw Offset did an interview recently where he pretty much kind of come to his senses now, took accountability for, I guess, breaking up his home.
FaceTime Offset just out of the blue and be like, excuse my language, everybody. Yo, you fucking up, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And you've acknowledged that to me.
Yeah, I fucked up. Know what I mean? Just being real shit. I fucked up. We had them talks, man. You
Yeah.
called me. Out of all people you called me. And but it take that though. Like it take for people that you love or you respect what they say, or that somebody that actually check in for real. But it ain't a lot of people that do that too though.
Messing up his marriage and things like that, saying that he messed up, because we've seen through the years, like it's infidelity after infidelity after infidelity in the media. And I guess Cardi B got to a point where she can no longer take it. So now their marriage is over, and he sounded hurt. He sounded hurt, and I really hope like a lot of men that watches this video can learn a thing or two from him, because while he was doing what he was doing, I bet he probably was thinking, baby, he's in Hollywood. He has all these women, he got money, he has the attention. So while you're in the mess, it's fun. It's all fun and games until your marriage is over. You don't have the home to come to anymore. You don't have the wife to lean to anymore. You don't have the support that you had in a partner anymore. And it's no longer the same. And I think that's where he's at right now. He said at the time when he was going through all of that in the media and things like that, he was kind of trying to act tough, like, oh, he's fine. He don't care. He don't whatever. He don't give a damn. But now that everything is over, the marriage is over, he pretty much like, I messed up. I should have done better. I should have, fight for my marriage. I should have done things different. And this is where a lot of men go wrong, and this is why I always say, like, young men, even married or not, they need mentors. I'm talking about mentors that are like 30, 40 year older than them, that can put some wisdom into them. Because when you're young, stupid, making stupid decisions, and all your friends are young and stupid, and you're not gonna have no men giving you wisdom. You're not gonna have no mentors around you to give you wisdom, to check you, like, hey, what you're doing is messed up. You need to get it together, because your family is your family. Nothing comes between your family. And I think, I just hope that, yo, it's a loud noise outside. I don't know what that is, but I apologize if y'all can hear that. But when I watch this, I'm like, I hope not only men can take one or two things from this video, but also like even women, we can watch, like, sometimes a lot of us, we get into situations, or we're even in our marriage, right, where we mess up, or we think, the men mess up, the men stepped out, and then you would also want to step out and get your lick back or whatever. And then it's like, it's you get to the point where it's no longer like you can't fix it anymore. But I just hope that I watched this, I was like, I'm really proud of him for taking accountability, for listening. Now maybe he has sat down and self-reflect. I don't know if he went to therapy, but I hope he maybe went to therapy, sat down, self-reflect. And I really hope, like, a lot of men, for especially men that are not married yet, I really want a lot of y'all to find mentors, men that are like 30, 40 year old older, that have been married, or even if they're not married, like even if they've been divorced, you can get advice from divorced people too, because they've been there, they know what that life is like. But get some mentors, because I feel like if Offset had mentors, let's say if Offset was like had a mentor like Denzel Washington, you think his marriage will go down the drain? No, Denzel will probably put some sense into him, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna sacrifice women, you're gonna sacrifice 5-10 minute of pleasure for your home, like, it's not worth it. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I thought this was beautiful to watch, the fact that he's maturing. Offset that we seen years ago in his marriage, and Offset now, he's maturing. And I hope, when he do get into his next situation, he move different. He is a better man or better father if he gets married again, a better husband. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say for Offset. The next thing I want to talk about, I saw this, I think on the Shade Room, or I don't remember if it was Hollywood Unlocked, one of them, but I saw Yandy Smith, Yandy and Mendeecees on the show Love and Hip Hop. For years, people have been saying that he's cheating. People have come with receipts and things like that to the media. And I think Yandy probably just got to a point where she was like, oh, I'm going to get this dude back. So there were rumors, people were alleged that Yandy was cheating. And I saw a clip. I have not watched Love and Hip Hop in years because I just stopped watching it in years. But I do see clips all the time and I react to them sometimes. But this clip that I saw an interview. I think it was like a green screen interview where she admitted that she did had an emotional.
Have you ever had a physical or emotional affair on your husband? I've definitely had an emotional connection with someone outside of my husband, and we had to deal with it.
I'm not trying to make excuses for her, but I think for her to be going through what she's going through, or what we've seen through the years on the internet about her husband, I can definitely understand why she will probably reach out to a man and confide in a man and then get emotionally connected with this man, because maybe one, she's probably trying to understand how the male mind works, right? Because I'll give you an example. Like, I have male friends from college, right? But almost all my male friends are married and I'm cool with their wives, right? But if I need advice from like my male friend about something that has to do, like, let's say I want to have a conversation with my husband, right? But I don't know how to approach it. I'm probably going to reach out to a male friend and ask for advice. So I'm just saying, like, maybe it might have started off like situations like that where she was probably trying to reach out to this male friend and try to, like, talk, and then maybe it grew to something else. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I'm just making up scenarios here. But I can understand how it's easy for either a married man or a married woman to have emotional connection with somebody that they're not married to, because a lot of times people do that when there's conflict in their marriage. They tend to confide in their single friends, or in their single male or female friends. And I think that, personally, I think that is dangerous to do. If you need to confide in anything or anyone, go to therapy. I am not a fan of anybody calling a married man for advice when you're going through in your own marriage. I'm not a fan of anyone calling a married woman for advice if you're going through in your marriage, unless your wife is cool with that female friend of yours. If she's also friends with that person, then that's fine. If your husband is also friend with that guy, then that's cool. But in this case, I highly doubt Mendeecees was friends with this guy. I don't think he knew who this dude was. So she was dead wrong, of course, but I can also understand why that would happen, because we've seen, like, it's almost believable at this point that Mendeecees is constantly cheating on Yandy, right? I'm not saying that he is. This is all alleged, okay? But with all the receipts, all the girls that have come out in the media, Tasha K had a whole breakdown about this. All the receipts that are so believable, right? It's almost like, yeah, I think he's cheating, or yeah, that dude did cheat. He is cheating or whatever. And she's probably just like at a point where she like, okay, then I'm going to start off emotional cheating with you. And if he gets there, he gets there. And I think that's just where she's at right now. And I understand. I totally understand. So, but yeah, let me know how you guys feel. If you had a boyfriend, girlfriend, or married, and your partner is emotionally cheating on you, how would you feel? Because I personally think emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating, because once emotions are involved, especially for a woman, once emotions are involved, it is very dangerous because anything could happen at that point. So that's just how I feel. And yeah. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is Jessica Dime. I think that's her last name. Jessica Dime is a young woman from Love and Hip Hop. She's no longer, I don't think she's on the show anymore, but when I used to watch Love and Hip Hop years ago, she was on the show. She was first introduced to us as a dancer, a stripper, I believe, and then she was also making music. I am not sure if she's still making music, but she was making music at the time she was introduced on the show. And of course, she is known for being a stripper. She's known for being a dancer. So I saw a clip. I'm not sure if she is like with a therapist, but she was being interviewed by a young lady. I'm not sure if this woman is a therapist, but I saw the clip where she said that she was somewhere at a show and a young lady or a group of young women came up to her and they told her how they inspired her, and I think she said they inspired her and they used to watch her back in the day. I'll put the video here so you guys can watch.
Try to do it with the thought of people are watching. Like girls look at me. Like when I had my show, a couple of the girls told me, they was like, I've been watching you since I was a kid. So I was like, dang, since you was a kid? I mean, did I influence you to be a stripper? Because I never wanted that to be it, you know? I just was living my life. I never wanted to influence nobody to get no ass or be no stripper. That was just my path.
So yeah, so she felt bad now that she's at, you know, a mature age, that all these girls were watching her, these young girls, and she feels as though she might have been a bad influence to a lot of young women back in the day that were watching her. Because if you watch the show back in the day, she was almost always promoting shaking your behind for money, always promoting stripper life, you know, always promoting fake booty and fake every, you know, all of that. That was what she stood for. And, you know, I'm not even, I don't want to like drag her or I don't want to condemn her, but I do want to say I understand where she was coming from, because we've heard this in interviews many times in the past. Even Nicki Minaj have talked about this. All the big celebrities have talked about this, where a lot of times these record labels, these management will make you get like butt shots, will make you alternate your looks just so you can be presentable to your audience, or maybe you can, you know, your look can make you money. And I think that's where a lot of these girls, when they were young, they feel as though getting the fake booty would make men more appealing to them and want to, you know, just make more money with their body. And that's what she was doing back in the day. And she felt as though she might have been a bad influence to a lot of young women, which I'm sure she had, because back in the day, her and what's her name? Jocelyn Hernandez. I think Hernandez, whatever her last name is, the Puerto Rican princess. That's what she calls herself. They all they promoted was big booty girls dancing for money, shaking their behind, making money, and things like that, and loving hip hop. So I think now to see her at such a mature age, I think she's in her 30s now. And now to see her at such a mature age, and she sounds more mature, she sounds regretful for a lot of the decisions that she had made through the years. You know, I kind of feel bad for her, the fact that she has this guilt, and I feel like she's probably gonna feel like that for a long time, or maybe for the rest of her life, maybe. But I also feel like, you know, this is probably something a lot of the young women that wants to take that route, that wants to go down that road, want to get fake bodies, fake this, fake that, just so they can use their body to make money, can probably learn from this. You know, we've seen people like K Michelle, you know, have come to the media, talked about all the butt shots that she got and she had to get them removed, how much damage it did to her body. It's not worth it. You know, these women come to the media and talk about how it's not worth it, but these were the same women back in the day, like K Michelle all of these Love and Hip Hop girls, almost all of them have fake booty, like literally almost all of them. And it was a thing back in the day, but now these are the same women that are preaching against the fake bodies, the fake boobs, the fake titties, and all of that. And I think I like what I'm seeing so far. I like what I'm seeing, that, we're bringing awareness to it. We're motivating women to like your body, like the body you were created in, yeah, right? And we need to promote like going to the gym more. Like if you want a behind, go to the gym. Like get on a diet, get on a meal plan. Like it's not impossible to get big booty, right? It might not be as big as these BBL, but you might get something that's fit you in nice shape and things like that if you work for it in the gym. But of course now, everything is fast money, fast processes and everything. Want a quick 1 week operation and big booty boom. And now all of a sudden, this is no shot to people that have fake bodies. This is no shade to anyone that have a fake body. I'm just saying that, I'm just using this Jessica Dimes story to bring awareness to the women that might be thinking about it. Like, now you're thinking about it, but down the road when you're 30, 40s, it's not going to worth it. You're going to regret it and things like that. So if you already got a BBL, this is not a shame to you. Because that's not what I promote on here. I don't come on here to shame people. I don't talk down on people. I don't call people out of their names on this channel. My channel is, I think I had a comment before where someone said one thing they respect about my channel is that, one, I don't curse, right, on my channel, because I don't curse in my everyday life. When you piss me off, you might get a curse word out of me, but it's hard for anybody to piss me off because like I don't really get mad like that because I'm just a really nice person. So I don't curse in my everyday life. So I'm not going to come on here curse to make things sound fun, because I know a lot of reaction channels, I'm not even going to lie, some of my favorite reaction channels are channels where people are cursing off the storm because it just sounds funny, right? But that's just not my personality. I'm not somebody that's going to come on here, curse and call somebody out their name and turn people, talk down on people. I'm not going to do that. So if you got a BBL already, you got a fake body, this is no shade to you at all. This is me just bringing awareness from this video that I watch. And I think that is what she's doing, Jessica Dimes. She's bringing awareness to women, to young girls, like, hey, the fake butts, the fake boobs, it's not worth it, do something better, try to do something better and try to make better decisions with your life and your body. And I am all here for it. So, but yeah, those are all the things I wanted to talk about this video. It's a very quick video. Thank y'all so much. If you like videos like this, please subscribe, comment, and share this with your friends. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye.